All right, guys. So this is going to be round one of the DXN Provisions tournament that was held on May the 28th. In this particular game, I went first, and unfortunately, I couldn't get the camera set up on time before the round started. So we're going to start it right after my first turn. So keep that in mind. I did not get a deck checker in my opening hand here. So, well, let's just leave it at that, and then we'll continue to watch from here on out. All right. So, the other thing that I do want to let you guys know about with this particular store, their tables are super wide, so it was really hard for me to get a good angle. So right here, I went ahead and swung for 7 to lead here. Blind swing using leader ability and got the Mihawk off the top. So that was really fortunate. He also started the game with a turn 1 curly. He's swinging it in for 5, so I counter out with 1k. He's going to load up the Zoro here. Swing in for another 6k to face. I'm actually going to take that. I'm trying to preserve my hand and my bodies on board, so anytime he swings into life, I'm more than likely gonna just let that go. But if he had swung into my body there, I would have definitely counted it out. So now comes back to our turn. He has a pretty solid first couple turns there. He's got the curly, the Nami, and searched into a Sunny Kun. So pretty good start for our Zoro player. I went ahead and swung in with a Mihawk and did the draw in order to get a deck checker. Unfortunately, we didn't get much luck there. And then we went ahead and swung into Curly with the Mihawk. And then secondly, we swung into face with our leader, which he went ahead and took. So now he's at 3 life and we are at 4 life. He's considering his options here. He goes and plays another Curly. Deck checks off the top. Let's see what he gets. Decisions. So he went ahead and grabbed a Gordon off the top of his deck there. He goes and plays Gordon. Bottom decks to minus 3k the Mihawk. He loads up his leader, swings in to Mihawk for 4k with Sunny. I went ahead and let him die there. It's not worth the investment. He goes into face for another 6k. I countered out 2k there because I saw that he's going to be swinging in with more bodies. So I countered out the Nami swing as well. So now he ends his turn. I draw my card. Now that he has his board open, I'm going to likely try and clear here. So let's see what happens. I think I probably should have let that last attack go to life just so I can see more cards. I still haven't had much luck with getting any deck checkers. So I'm trying to consider my options here. I'm going to swing 6 into Sunny to draw a card. Got another 2k. Our hand is pretty good when it comes to counter power. The only downside is we're not able to really capitalize on our leader skill right now because we haven't gotten any deck checkers. So we're going to go 5 into Nami here. Really trying hard to clear his board. I'm going to pay 4 and play the Moria. Grab the 2k into hand. 2 Dawn active. We're baiting the Love Beam here. We don't actually have a Love Beam. I just left 2 Dawn up in order to bait my opponent into thinking I have a Love Beam. Looks like, is that a Magura? It might be a Magura on his board. It looks like he has a Curly and a Magura. He's swinging into face for another 6k. I'm going to counter 2k out of that one. Either that or I believe he's swinging into Boa. I'm not too sure. Actually, I think he went in for the Boa, actually. He's loading up his curly. He played a brook. He's gonna swing, looks like 7k into my boa here. So now I'm gonna see if it's worth countering out. Oh, he's going for face. Interesting. So he's going straight into my leader here. He's really trying to take me down as quickly as possible. He's swinging in for another 6k into lead. I'm gonna go ahead and counter that one. So we finally saw a Perona. Took us long enough. He's gonna swing in with Magura for 6. I'm gonna counter 2k there. And then he goes and passes his turn. So we stalled pretty well this game. We're still at 3 life. We're able to hold off a lot of his aggression early game. And now we have a Mihawk in hand. It's a little late for us to do the Perona play. But it might still be worth it as opposed to just dropping the Mihawk. But it looks like I'm going to end up doing the Mihawk play here after I clear his board. So we're going to kill the Makino. We're going to play the Mihawk. And then likely bottom deck the Zoro here. There's only one thing. So at this point, actually, this is where I misplayed. I forgot to bring out my Dawn for the turn. And I thought I had enough for Mihawk in the beginning, and I counted on the Mihawk. But when it came down to at the very end of the turn, when I was counting my Dawn, I realized I only had 7. So I went off of that, and instead of playing the Mihawk, I actually just I ended up playing the 4-cost Mihawk and a Perona instead of the 9-drop. But in reality, I actually had 9 Dawn. I just failed to realize that I hadn't brought out the 2 extra Dawn. Really silly misplay there, and it could have cost me the game. But fortunately for us, we were doing a really good job this game on clearing his board and preserving our life. So it wasn't as terrible as it could have been. Although if we did play the Mihawk, we likely could have won this game pretty quickly. But the fortunate thing is we still have a solid board state, and we were able to set up the deck with the Perona there at the end of our last turn. So hopefully we can take advantage. So we just went ahead and go for the Mihawk play at this point. With my 1 extra Dawn, I load up my boa there. And it looks like we just passed the turn. So basically, I had a turn skip because I had to waste a full turn to play my Mihawk late. And in doing so, I wasn't able to swing into his leader with any of my characters because they were all... They were not strong enough to get over the 7k power. So really unfortunate there. He did end up jet pistoling my boa at the beginning of his turn. He's swinging into lead here. Gonna go ahead and take that damage. Draw for the turn. So he's sitting at what looks like 2 life at the moment. What is the play here? All right, so we're going to go 5 into lead, it looks like. He's going to counter out 1k counter. We're going to go 7 into lead, play the gecko, likely grabbing the 2k counter. Yep, so he's actually at 3 life. Now he's at 2 life. Swinging into face for another 9k. He goes and takes that 1 life to 1 life. So this game is a lot closer than it needed to be. I went and played 2 blockers with 2 Dawn up. So I have a Love Beam in hand with 1 life. So pretty good spot right now. It looks like he tapped 4 for another jet pistol, swinging into lead and killing my Law. We're gonna go ahead and take that damage with his remaining 4 Dawn. he's gonna try to close it out here before it gets back to me. So looks like he is considering his options. He's gonna go in 5k to lead. I'm gonna do 2k to keep myself alive there, and with 2 remaining Dawn left, and me posturing for a love beam, I think he's realizing that there's really no way for him to win this game here. So we honestly narrowly pulled out of this one. If we hadn't misplayed there early on, it would have been a lot less closer than it was, but it is what it is. We ended up winning this game, guys, and getting that round 1 win. So moving on to round 2. Wow, he's putting in quite a fight. I thought that this game was over, but I guess not. He's still going at it. Swinging 9k to lead, and then another 9k to lead, and that will close out the game there. So yeah, that was really weird. I'm not sure how I missed that 9 Dawn play. All right, so round 1 goes to us. We move on to the next round, and I'll see you guys on the next one.